Good afternoon. Thank you for the introduction, Professor. It's a great pleasure for me to be here at this conference. And today I will present a study on racial inequalities in HIV testing among adolescent men who have sex with men and transgender women in 3 Brazilian capitals. First, I have no conflict of interest to declare. And to contextualizing, we all know that HIV testing is an important method for early diagnosis, treatment, and prevention. Unfortunately, in Brazil, we have a difficult situation with men who have sex with men and transgender women being deeply affected by the epidemic. Additionally, as we can see in the figure 1, we had racial disparities with a reduction of 51% in proportion of AIDS cases among whites versus a reduction of just 36% for blacks. And in the second figure, we can see another worrisome situation. It's an upward trend in HIV incidence among men aged 15 to 24. Despite these circumstances, we have few studies in Brazil addressing racial barriers to HIV testing. So in our study, we aimed to estimate, to investigate the association between HIV testing in a lifetime and race among adolescent men who have sex with men, AMSM, and transgender women in 3 Brazilian state capitals. This is a cross-sectional analysis nested to PrEP 1519 cohort study. Our population in this study is composed of MSM and transgender women aged 15 to 19 living, working, or studying in these 3 cities, Salvador, Belo Horizonte, and São Paulo, and this study was approved by Research Ethics Committee. Here we have the PrEP 1519 implementation model, which had a differentiated delivery services. The people were recruited by peer educators at school, on street, in social mobilize, and virtually as well by a transgender woman chatbot called Amanda Selfie, and in general social media. The people enrolled to the project were followed by a professional health team in PrEP clinics where there was available to them a package of services, telehealth services and face-to-face services such as HIV testing, self-HIV testing, PrEP, counseling, cordon, etc. In this sub-study, we analyzed baseline data of participants enrolled in this cohort between February 2019 and November 2021. The outcome is HIV testing in a lifetime, categorized in no or yes, and the main exposition variate is race skin color, categorized in whites and blacks or black strata includes self-reported mixed race people and self-reported black people regarding to Brazilian official classification for race skin color. So from now on, when I say blacks or black strata, I'll be referring to mixed race people, more black people. And these are the covariates. We crossed out a descriptive bivariate and multivariate analysis to estimate adjusted odds ratio of factors associated the covariates with HIV testing stratified by race. Here we have the first result. As you can see, the majority of the people were MSM, blacks, and aged between 18 and 19 years old. Black people had less access to higher education and to private health insurance, which reflects the Brazilian reality. And white people have tested more recently than black people. And white people have reported more condom use at their first sexual intercourse. Here we have the bivariate analysis. In the darker brown, the first graph, you can see the first column whites and the second black, and the darker brown no and the lighter brown yes, and we can observe that black people have tested less than white people in a lifetime. In the second graph, comparing the black strata, mixed race people and black people, we can see differences in HIV testing, where mixed race people have tested more than black people in a lifetime. So analyzing the graph overall, we can say that white people have tested more than mixed race people, who have tested more than black people respectively. And here in the multivariate analysis, we can say that black strata, self-reported mixed race people, self-reported black people, were 33% less likely to be tested in a lifetime, adjusting for the covariates: age, education, employment, live with family, mother, lack of knowledge about sexual orientation, sex words, and unprotected anal sex. So, with our study, we conclude that black adolescents, MSM, and transgender women were less tested in lifetime than white adolescents. It calls attention to health inequalities, especially by race, skin color, and it suggests structural racism in Brazilian society and institutional racism in health services, especially in health services. And the fact of mixed race people have been tested more than black people in the black strata can be related to the colorism theory. Now, I would like to prep 50 team, the professors, the colleagues, the participants, the guardian, the parents, and the sponsors. And I would like to thank you, Unitate, for the support. Thank you all.